Hello, and welcome back to another White Album 2 drama CD story. This one is entitled Kazusa's One Night Triumphant Return. So this story kind of goes over the one night where Kazusa actually came back to Japan after being in Vienna for so long, and she attended her mother's concert. So it was basically the New Year's concert where Kazusa and Haruki almost met. They were in the same place right outside of the concert hall, but they missed each other. So this is going over that time. So let's start with the prologue. Airport sounds, plane taking off, bustling crowds. Kazusa walks, then stops. Finally here. Attention, all users of Narita Airport. Tomorrow, January 1st, there will be a special Mount Fuji viewing flight at sunrise. Overlapping with announcement. It's been 3 years, huh? Sudden flashback to Haruki screaming, Toma! I love that scream. And if you listen to the voice actor interviews, Haruki wasn't even supposed to scream Toma. He was supposed to scream Kazusa, but Toma just got ripped out of his mouth as they were recording. And then Marito-san was like, yes, that's what we want. We want this anyway. So it's an interesting moment. Kazusa gasps. Flashback ends. I'm so stupid. I should have chosen a different airport. She keeps walking. Miyoko spots her and calls out to her. Who, as we know, Miyoko is Toma Yoko's assistant. Kazusa-san! Kazusa Toma-san! Yeah, just yell her full name in an airport. That's like yelling some famous person's name like Tom Cruise. Everybody's gonna look and be like, oh my god, it's Tom Cruise. Kazusa stops. Huh? Over here! Oh, sorry. Excuse me, please let me through. She struggles through the crowd of people toward Kazusa. Oof. It's a great pleasure to meet you. My name is Kudo from the Japanese branch of Yoko Toma's office. I am very much indebted to the director. No, to your mother, I should say. I love Miyoko. She tries so hard, and she's really always a little bit panicked and nervous, I think. Miyoko Kudo-san, right? Yes, I've heard about you from my mother. Really, the debt is mutual. I'm grateful. Thank you for making the long trip from Vienna. Oh, let me carry your luggage. I'm fine. It's light. You really do travel light. Are you the type to buy everything locally like the director, Kazusa-san? Don't lump me in with that kind of shopping demon who can drop 10,000 euros in one day like it's nothing. I'm just not planning to stay long. Huh? You mean... Hey, that's definitely her. That lady just called her Kazusa-san. Of course. Because Miyoko is screaming the names in the airport, they're going to draw attention. But it is funny that Yoko-san can drop 10,000 euros, and just be like, it's fine. Don't you wish? I heard them mention Yoko Toma's office, too. Maybe, just maybe. Oh, shoot. What is it? Are you Kazusa Toma-san by any chance? Uh-huh. Why do you know my name? There, she said it. Wow, it is you. Of course, since Yoko Toma is in Japan right now, too. I'm deeply honored to meet you in person. What? What are you talking about? We saw you in Kyograph, and we've been huge fans ever since. We even bought this month's ensemble. Kyograph? Ensemble? That's right. She holds out her passports to Kazusa. If you don't mind, would you please sign this passport? Sign this passport? Can you sign a passport? I don't think you can. I think that would invalidate it, wouldn't it? I'm like, I have to look that up later, actually. No, wait, exactly what are you two? Kazusa-san, this way. Let's hurry and get out of here. Miyoko drags Kazusa off. Huh? Wait, Kudo-san. Oh, please, wait. At least let me shake your hand. One night, triumphant return. What an intro. So Kazusa gets back to Japan. She has no idea that she has fame in Japan. She has no idea that people know what she looks like, know who she is, outside of Vienna, because she has never performed in Japan. So it's a bit of a shock for her. So let's continue on with part 2, Inconvenient Legacy, which is perfect for Kazusa because everything is inconvenient to her. While the two of them ride in a taxi, Miyoko shows Kazusa a magazine with her face on the cover. What's this supposed to be? This is called Ensemble. It's a classical music publication that Kaio puts out every other month. I know that. When I was in Japan, I read it all the time. So, who's this sour-looking woman on the cover of this month's issue? Well, I think you're very photogenic. I mean, I was trying to track this photo down myself. I'm having a bad dream. The demand for the latest issue of Ensemble with you on the cover is enormous, It actually sold out on the day it was released. A horrible dream. This magazine never does reprints, but there have been so many additional orders. The members of the Ensemble editorial department are working very hard. An impossibly bad dream. She doesn't want the fame. That's the thing. Especially at this point in Kazusa's life, she does not want to be famous, right? She's not trying to follow in her mother's footsteps at this point. She's really just playing piano, as we know, to communicate with others, specifically to communicate with Haruki. And the director is just thrilled, so she's been adding fuel to the fire with TV and newspaper interviews. She leans forward to speak to the driver. Excuse me, driver, will you turn on Toa Television, please? The TV is turned on. An interview is taking place. Of course, it just so happens to be the exact right time for Yoko-san to be on. Now, Yoko-san, regarding the latest issue of Ensemble that just released this week, the article speaks very frankly about the history of familial discord between yourself and Kazusa-san, doesn't it? Well, just to put it all out there, I did turn my back on that girl once. I gave up on her because I didn't believe she had any talent. That's so horrible. This is why I really hate Yoko-san. And I mean, whatever. Whether we think she has a redemption or not doesn't change the fact that she did something horrid. You leave your child behind because you don't think she has musical talent? That is disgusting. That is despicable. And the fact that right now she's able to laugh about that and say it on TV is disgusting. And now, that very Kazusa-san has just finished as the runner-up in an international competition. I think it would be fair to say that she is steadily catching up to her mother. I never imagined she would claw her way out of the depths like this. She's so obsessed. It's as if though nothing exists for her except the piano. Perhaps she suffered a heartbreak that was terrible enough to last a lifetime. What a rude thing. She's so mean. There's a fine line between teasing and being mean, and Yoko just doesn't get it. Turn it off. Turn that off right now. TV turns off. So you see how it is. This is the worst bad dream. Doesn't worst imply bad? This needs to be recalled. She indicates the magazine angrily. Who the hell said it was okay to write an article like this? Well, I received the offer, but the director was the one who gave the approval. And what about my opinion? All the rights of Kazusa Toma, the pianist, are held by the office of Yoko Toma, as clearly specified in your contract. Kazusa doesn't have time to read contracts. She doesn't care. and the fundamental human rights of Kazusa Toma, the person? You'll have to discuss that matter with your mother. All I've done is follow the director's orders. Kudo-san, you've got a hell of a personality. I can see why my mom would employ you. Now that you praised me, may I say one more thing? That wasn't praise. What is it? She's got to specify. I wasn't praising you. I don't like you. It's not that she doesn't like her. It's that she contributes to things which inconvenience her. The director predicted that you would respond this way, so she asked me to pass a message on to you. She said that you should hear her concert today. And if you truly feel you have surpassed Yoko Toma, then you may feel free to make a claim. Of course, appealing to Kazusa's competitive side against her mother. She knows exactly what she's doing. So, continuing on to part 3. New Year's bells 3 years later. Which is not 3 years since the last chapter, but this is 3 years after Kazusa had left Japan. Piano performance ends. Audience cheers and applause. New Year's bell chimes. Now, let's drink to this concert's unprecedented, never-to-be-seen-again success. Oh, of course, it was unprecedented, but not never to be seen again, right? In the style of a next episode preview announcement, our battle is only just beginning. Bell chimes. Please look forward to Yoko Toma Sensei's next public performance. Well, everyone, do you all have your sake cups ready? She's so overly confident. Yoko Toma's very funny. I hate her a lot of the time, to be perfectly honest, but she is funny. Kazusa picks up a bottle, pours sake. Selling your own daughter. Oh, what was that? I can't hear you. Glasses clink. Bell chimes. Well, supposing you could outplay me the way I played today. I know. Sets bottle down. Cheers. What? Did you think there was a double meaning there? I was just trying to be sensitive. Cheers. Cripes. I haven't heard that word in a long time. Cripes. Their glasses clink. Yoko gulps her sake. Yoko acts so young. She acts so young and mischievous. A lot of these side stories, which include Yoko, really give us a more well-rounded idea of her full personality, because White Album 2 often states her personality, like, oh yeah, she's so mischievous. She was really young at heart. You know, we hear perspectives from others, like the Doctor, but we don't get to see it as much as we do get to see it in things like this. So it's kind of fun. Phew. She sets her cup down. A drink right after a concert is always the best. Bell chimes. And with my daughter pouring it too, I am just lousy with maternal good fortune. I'll still pour it without you forcing every step of the way. She picks up the bottle. Here. Yoko giggles. Kazusa pours more sake. So, let me say again. Kazusa sets the bottle down. Happy New Year. Thank you for all you've done for me in the past year. Let us hope this year is a good one too. Yeah, all right. Glasses clink, bell chimes. Kazusa really hates returning New Year's greetings because in Japan you're supposed to say the full sentence, and if you don't say the full sentence, it's a little bit rude. But Kazusa's just like, yup. And she's like, all right, that's it. That's it. That's all she says. It's a little bit rude. Come on, Kazusa, bottoms up. Chug it down. You're so annoying. I'm gonna drink at my own pace, so let me be. What is with you? What is with you? You're turning down the one small request from your mother after all this time. The one who suffered through the pain of giving birth to you. I never asked for that. I don't know if you were aware, but after the contractions started, you didn't come out for a whole day. I thought about giving up any number of times there on that hospital bed. Poor Yoko. That does sound pretty miserable. Why would I know that? And now, this second-rank trustee has become someone who battles the whole world. Kazusa sets the glass down. I'm nowhere near that point yet. That's true. You have far to go. I was the winner, after all. Ugh. Here. Yoko picks up the bottle and pours sake for Kazusa. Come on, drink up, drink up. Bell chimes. Just you wait. In 5 years, no, 3 years, I will surpass you. There you go. There's some of that competitive spirit that we know and love. She drinks. Ooh, now that's the way to drink. Here, more. She pours more. Yours is empty too. Here. Kazusa pours for her. Well, as long as Yoko Toma-sama... Toma-sama! Oh, it sounded weird. Genius pianist continues to reign. There will be no plugging the 20-year gap in our careers. Bell chimes. Come back in 20 years. Calling yourself san is weird, right? You don't usually refer to yourself with honorifics, but referring to yourself as sama is like so boastful, so, what's the word for it? Not really self-indulgent, but it's just very odd and full of yourself. Full of yourself. Yeah, that's it. It's very full of yourself. Shut it, aged one. Aged one. Don't call people aged one. That's awful. If you want me to take care of you when you're old, you better leave off there. What are you talking about? I'll be going strong all the way to 100. When you die of old age, I'll be there attending you. So be at peace. You really always have to have some kind of comeback. Bell chimes. Them and their drinking. Them and their mother-daughter drinking. What time is it? 2 in the morning. Shouldn't we go to bed? You must be tired, right? After an intense performance like that. Now, who was it that said we should drink until morning? Honestly, for someone so young, you've got no endurance. At this rate, you'll never hold a candle to me. I'm just being considerate because you seem sleepy. Well, fine. I'll stick with you until you collapse. So the tables have turned. She pours. You're prattling. Glasses clink. She gulps it down. Here, I'm still going. Mm-hmm. She sets her glass down. Say, Kazusa? What, surrendering after all? Haven't you ever thought that you might want to return to Japan? Pause. Kazusa sets her glass down. Never. Not in the slightest. So after a fun night of drinking and teasing each other, of course, the subject finally comes up and we finally dig into the drama because it wouldn't be a White Album 2 after story or CD drama if we didn't have drama. Putting the time lag aside, why? The water over there suits me better, and Europe is unquestionably the place for me to polish up my true ability. You haven't forgotten anything here? You really have everything put in order? I told you before, this country is not the place where you belong. Yes, you've told me that. But I don't hear you saying you don't have any lingering attachments or regrets. All you've done is, for the past 3 years, is play piano. That is genuinely all you've done. It's the path I chose. In the past 3 years, you haven't come into contact with anyone besides me. You may not be as hostile to the world as you were a long time ago, but you've still continued to reject others. Associating with people is just tiresome. That's all. Kazusa really does have a long way to go. It is not a healthy way to live, She is just so completely focused on the piano because that's her escape, right? That's her escape. That's her own world away from the world. So she doesn't have to deal with her lingering regrets and her lingering attachments. Not healthy, but that's what she's doing. Thinking constantly of just one man, apologizing constantly to just one woman. No, I'm not. That's the same denial you gave 3 years ago. You've as good as let the cat out of the bag. Why don't you call him? At this time, you might be able to see him within the hour. I got rid of his number ages ago. If you want, I'm perfectly willing to look him up for you. He must at least have an address. Yeah, because if you're rich, you can pretty much get any information you want somehow. No thanks. That's all in the past. Did you love him, Guitar-kun? Why are you asking me that now? You have memories with him? Yes. Because of that, I hurt both of them. Are you really satisfied with that? Can you really say that there's nothing more you need? What's that supposed to mean? The truth is, you wish you had more of a keepsake, don't you? And it's wrong. It's wrong to say this, and it's wrong to push your daughter's buttons like this because she obviously means a child, you know? But it's just so cruel. Like, I really, really don't like that she brings this up. Because there are other points in other storylines and in the side stories where Kazusa just really wishes she was pregnant. It's not like brought up outright, but if you read between the lines, it's really heavily insinuated that Kazusa wanted to be pregnant. She wanted to have Haruki's kid, to have that connection. And so Yoko just like, not even rubbing salt in the wound, she's like inserting salt into the wound. It's awful. Don't do this. A keepsake? A keepsake? Or a memento, perhaps? I'm not like you, Mom. That's simply a matter of hindsight, isn't it? Have you really never thought that you wanted to have one of his children? I'm taking your silence as a yes. Shut up! If you don't deny it, I'm taking it as an affirmation. That's not what you said before. Stop changing the rules like that. It's unfair. If you don't deny it, I will take it as an affirmation. Stop. This is your last chance. If you don't deny it, I will take it as an affirmation. This is so mean. Like, even as a friend that's your same age, even if it's your best friend, this is mean. But coming from your mom, this is just so cruel. I know that their dynamic is different than a lot of mother-daughter relationships, and you gotta try to keep that in mind. But at the same time, I just cannot get behind this. This is the worst. I really don't like Kazusa's mom. My God. So before we get even deeper into this drama, I think I'm going to stop up there for now because the next part of it really should be done all at once, and it's kind of a longer conversation between the two of them. So thank you so much for joining me on this part of the drama CD, and I'll be back with the next part shortly. So until then, hope you take care. See you.